Hey guys, Alan Moore here on another fragrance review. Thanks for tuning back in, guys. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Today I'm going to be talking about a classic scent that I picked up earlier this year, but I've been wanting to, it's on my radar for a while because I've got a few classic scents and I wanted to add to the classic line that I've got. So I put this fragrance up and I thought, well, it was that nice because I hadn't tried it. So I wanted to share my experience with it. So I'm doing a bit of review on this fragrance today. So it'll be a review of a classic fragrance from the 80s, right? It's still relevant today and most people still get away wearing it today. So if you're interested, see me after the intro, guys. Come back and have a look. Cheers. Thanks for tuning back in. On today's video, we're talking about a classic fragrance from the house of Versace, and it's this one here, Versace Pour Homme. Versace L'HOMME. Sorry, that's the small writing underneath there. It's their take of classic fragrance back in the 80s, and it's got nice decorative lines down here, like the stem of a leaf. There, the leaves of the stem going all around the shoulders of the fragrance. Got the name on the front there, a built-in sprayer. Nice spray there, guys. Sprays out a lot of juice. Got all the information on the bottom there, look. So this came out in 1984. It was classed as a woody Chypre, and it was the nose behind this particular fragrance was Roger Pellegrini. It's got citrusy, opens up with citruses, lemon, bergamot, and then you start getting some of the aromatics from the basil in there. It's also a warm and spicy fragrance. It starts to transition through the life of the fragrances. The fragrance itself, it starts to develop, and then you've got woody notes as it starts to go from the mid and it starts making its way into the base. You've got the cedar and you've got the sandalwood that starts working its way in as you come through that part of the fragrance from the mid into the base. And basically it's got an aromatic feel about it as well. When I smell it in the bedroom now, it's got a lot of freshness about it and it's very aromatic. It's not like an unpleasant smell. It's not just citruses. There's a lot more going on than that. But it gives you that classic, take on this particular house of fragrance with regards to their classic fragrance range. This is what they was aiming for, to compete with Eau Sauvage, Dolce Gabbana Pour Homme, YSL, OPIUM Pour Homme, ARMANI Pour Homme. All these was right competitors from different designer houses, and so the company, Versace, released this one. In a size class as a woody Chypre, this one is. And it's got the built-in sprayer, as I showed you earlier on. And I'll give you some of the top notes in this, guys. You've got the top notes, you've got lemon, basil, like I mentioned there, and the bergamot. It's got petitgrain in there and green notes. That's all the ones in the opening notes. Then it goes into the mid. You've got carnation, which was big during this kind of era. Patchouli, yes, cinnamon, sandalwood. Rose again, which is a big player back in the 80s. Cedar and jasmine. So a lot of these fragrances have got the carnation, rose in this kind of era making fragrances. Now you'll see more when you go into the base, because they've got leather notes in there. You can't smell a bit of leather actually in the fragrance. It just separates it. This is why I think it comes under the Chypre territory. You can actually smell. It has got that leather notes as you start to smell it coming through the air. It's not the main player, but you can tell it's there. And so I think this is why they class it as a Chypre, because it does. It's not just all about citruses when you smell this fragrance. So in the base, you've got leather, oak moss. Now the oak moss is another big player. They don't use oak much now in the fragrances because a lot of those notes was banned back in the day. You've got to buy old school fragrance to get the oak moss in them. They don't use them in fragrances that they make today. So you got to go back old school if you want to try to get some of the oak moss smelling stuff into your fragrance, just to say you've smelt it or experienced it. It's got musk, vanilla, labdanum, amber, and tonka bean. Now, amber's in a lot of fragrance even today, and tonka beans. But yeah, this was back in 1984. They're still using it. So you can tell it's, stood the test of time as regards as some of the notes in there are still being used today in modern day fragrances. And so, like, as I say, it's a good pick up this year. I picked it up earlier on the year and I've not been disappointed with this. I've had it on a few times at work and it's been good. And it's been, it's done its job. It's got it smelling fresh and clean. And then also on the thumbnail, I promised you, a bonus fragrance, and it comes from the same house actually. And it's this one here, and this is Versace Pour Homme, and it's like an aromatic fragrance in my opinion, and it just gives you this aromatic woody smell with such a nice refreshing smell about it. But because it's been out a long time now, it's like Versace Dylan Blue. They've been out a while now, these are, and these is been bought by thousands of people all across the world, and they're still doing it today because it's still got a nice fresh smell, clean fresh smell about it. Because it was made years ago and people are still buying it. That's why I still classic as one of my classics. And it's got like all the branding, not like Dylan Blue. It's got like on the name, the top of the cap there, and on that disc on the front, it's got Medusa's head, like on the rest of the line of fragrances that they do on this particular style bottle. And so, then with my two recommendations, guys, for this particular review on them fragrances. It's going to be a short video because I know you've all got things to do, So, as regards as the Bell fragrances, you'll pick them up reasonably cheap on Notino, All Beauty, different places like that in the UK. And it'd be a good addition if you like to collect the occasional classic fragrance, to wear something different. Don't be pigeonholed by saying you've got to wear this particular fragrance or that particular fragrance. Use your own judgment, guys. And that's what I like to do. And I get a lot of pleasure out of wearing my fragrance for different reasons. This one especially is multifunctional. You could use it as a gym, office work. You could use it in your daily driver, going to work and different stuff like that. So it's multifunctional as well. So that's it from me, guys. Could you please like and share this video, please? And I'd be grateful for that. And if you could hit the notification bell, that'll let you know when I'm releasing any more videos. And if you can just share and tell people about this video, please, I would appreciate that. Thanks for tuning back in, guys. I'll see you on the next video. All the best. See you then. Bye now.